We almost skipped Iceland in December because we weren't sure if we could actually do it without renting a car. We were worried about the winter conditions, so instead, we stayed in Reykjavík and booked tours to get around. We definitely paid more than we needed to, but we still left Iceland extremely satisfied. 5 days, three of us, based in Reykjavík, and no rental car. We spent $4,480, and neither our flights nor our hotel was our biggest expense. So I'll show you exactly where our money went, which category surprised us the most, and two things I'll do differently next time. First, flights. We paid $1,145 for the three of us on Iceland Air. One important thing, this wasn't a return flight. We flew London to Reykjavik, then Reykjavik to Munich as part of a longer Europe trip. So don't use our number as an average Iceland airfare. I'm including it because it was part of what we actually spent. Next, accommodation. And here's where I think location matters more than the hotel itself. We paid $1,100 for 4 nights, one room for the three of us, with breakfast included. That's about $275 a night. Reykjavik was our base for the entire 5 days, but honestly, we were hardly in the room. We were out on tours most of the day, so if I were booking again, I wouldn't spend extra just for a nicer hotel. I'll spend it on a better location. Our hotel was within walking distance of our tour bus stop, the main shopping street, and Post Who's Food Hall, and that turned out to be much useful than having a fancy room. Especially on our Northern Lights night, we didn't get back until after midnight. The tour bus dropped us at the nearest bus stop, and from there, we just walked back to our hotel. So before you book your Reykjavik hotel, check your tour pick-up and drop-off point first. We spent $525 on food and snacks for the three of us over 5 days. Our first proper meal at Post Who's Food Hall was around $99 for 3 dishes and 3 drinks. At first, I was shocked, but after seeing prices around Reykjavik, I realized this wasn't unusually expensive for eating out. Tour days were a little bit tricky because we basically ate wherever the bus stopped, a cafe, restaurant, or food truck. So for the really long tour days, I bring some snacks or sandwiches with you. Your choices, and the prices aren't always up to you. But here surprised me when I added everything up. After all my complaining about Iceland food prices, food was really only about 12% of our entire trip. Expensive? Yes. Our biggest expense? Not even close. Now, this was the big one. We spent $1,350 on tours and activities, just over 30% of our entire Iceland budget. That covered our Golden Circle and Key Reef Crater Tour, Yoko's Long Glacier Lagoon and Diamond Beach South Coast Tour, Northern Lights Tour and Sky Lagoon. And then there were the Northern Lights. We paid for a tour and saw absolutely nothing. We had 98% cloud cover, and even though our guide kept looking for an opening, there was just no chance that night. So remember, paying for a Northern Lights tour doesn't mean you are paying to see the Northern Lights. You are paying for the chance to see them. We didn't see them at all during our 5 days, and we still left Iceland extremely satisfied. So, when I put everything together, our 5 days in Iceland came to $4,480 for the three of us. And this was the part that surprised me. After all the warnings about how expensive Iceland food would be, food wasn't actually our biggest expense. The biggest chunk of our budget went to the experiences. Quick note, we did skip renting a car and used tours instead. I'm breaking down whether that actually saved us money and the surprising math behind it in a separate video. I will drop it right here if you want the full comparison. Two quick things I'll do differently. 1. Don't cut the experiences you actually came to Iceland for just because they are expensive. Our tours were our biggest expense, but honestly, they were also a huge part of why we enjoyed the trip. 2. If the Northern Lights really matter to you, give yourself more than one night. We gave ourselves one chance, got 98% cloud cover, and saw nothing. If I plan this again, I'll add an extra night in Reykjavik. We spent more than expected, missed the Northern Lights completely, and still left Iceland extremely satisfied. If this helped you plan your Iceland trip, subscribe to the channel if you're new here and give the video a like. Thank you.